The whitetail buck is without a doubt the true boss of the forest. What makes him the most sought-after big game animal? Surely he is an animal never to be fully understood. Throughout the year, he is a mystery. To many, he is never seen. But to the observant, he can be found moving to and from his feeding and bedding areas during the early dawn and late evening hours. However, even the most knowledgeable of deer hunters can be eluded by this crafty animal. As hunting season arrives, the mature buck can seemingly disappear. How does one match wits with such a magnificent wary quarry? Probably the most productive time to hunt whitetail bucks is during the rut. Dominant bucks, as well as subordinate bucks, let their guard down during their relentless pursuit of receptive does. And it's during this time of the year when you, the bow hunter, can use many of the various tactics proven effective by veteran bow hunters Greg Yarborough and Wayne Powell to be successful in consistently taking big whitetail bucks.
Yeah, it's a hot spot up there, buddy. Sure is. I'll tell you what, tomorrow's anything like today. It's gonna be even better. Well, hello there. My name's Greg Yarborough, and I'm Wayne Powell. Together, Greg and I have a combined 35 years deer hunting experience. We don't claim to know it all, but over the years we've learned quite a bit on how to successfully take whitetail bucks consistently year after year. That's right, Wayne. And hey, if you're interested in checking out some awesome bow hunting action, as well as learning a thing or two on how to be successful in using rattling antlers, grunt calls, lures and scents, or decoys to take whitetail bucks during the rut, you're not going to want to miss a minute of this video. So come along with us as we show you some helpful information that may assist you in becoming a successful whitetail widowmaker. Let's go get him, Wayne.
In the world of the whitetail, fall is a time of excitement. The grips of summer heat have vanished as fall brings cooler temperatures and gradual change for all wildlife. As daylight hours continue to decrease, testosterone levels in whitetail bucks is on the increase. These bucks are now spending a great deal of time making rubs and sparring with brush to build up endurance and strengthen neck and upper body muscles. These mock sparring sessions prepare the bucks for actual encounters with rival bucks as they compete for the right to breed. This high intensity of whitetail activity brings new dimension to bow hunting deer. In this Brandywine River production, we'll take an in-depth look at various methods for hunting whitetails during the rut, such as using calls and rattling antlers, as well as decoys and scent products. Discover how these exciting ways to hunt deer can be an advantage to the bow hunter. From the early pre-rut to the rut peak, these tactics can be used successfully by any bow hunter if used properly.
The month of October is almost gone. A cold front moved in a few days ago, and all of a sudden I started to see an increase in deer activity. I hunted this stand yesterday and saw a buck chasing a doe, but it didn't give me an opportunity for a shot. Usually I don't hunt the same stand 2 days in a row, but this time I decided to make an exception. If that doe is coming into heat early, this woods could be crawling with bucks. I decided to try using a decoy today in hopes that it might get the attention of a buck and lure him in close enough for a shot.
A decoy set up right on a scrape. And there's a good buck in the area. I brought my antlers and we'll try rattling him in this morning. See what happens. Start off slow and easy. It's early season. I don't want to go rocking them together too hard. been low down, all over the woods. He's been back and forth through there. We're in a hard place. I don't know if we get a chance at him or not. Nobody sees this decoy down here. He is growing up a storm. Back here in the thick stuff. Looks like he's back in there making his creep. And he comes back up that decoy.
Oh man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He tried to be 11 pointer. Oh man. I tell you what. I was sitting up there in the stand this morning. I wasn't sure if the rut was starting yet. It's early. I saw this doe. I heard all this commotion. I saw this doe run by. Next thing I saw, here goes this set of antlers chasing her. He had her all over the place. Finally, I come up where I was and he saw that decoy. He come right in there, sniffed it. I thought I was going to get a shot. Perfect broadside shot. Don't you know there's a couple branches there? Had me going crazy at that point. He was all up in there smelling around. Had that curiosity lure out. Finally, a perfect broadside shot. He aimed just right. He didn't go for it all. And I love it when they get down close like that and you hear them crash. All right. Man, what a nice one. Whew. Hey, Wayne! Hey, hey! I can't drag anything.
No, I'm not dragging nothing. I don't see you dragging nothing either.
No.
How do you make out?
Well, I saw a few does this morning.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in and take a short break. I'm going to get back out. Man, I'll tell you what. I can't believe as early in the year as it is the rut's on it.
I've seen a few small scrapes already.
I know, that hill I'm hunting, there's a couple scrapes up there. It look pretty fresh. And man, it's just torn to pieces up there. But I think it's cold snap.
Yeah, it could be.
I really do.
Cool there last couple of days. So.
You know, they say the daylight hours is what totally affects the rut, which I think it has something to do with it. But and I'll tell you what, when it gets cold like this, it just seems to trigger. You know, I even saw a buck chasing a doe this morning.
Tell you what, I hear those big ones start a little early, so you never know. You might have something good up there.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna take a break, get a little breakfast. I'm gonna try to get back out there by about 11 o'clock or something. See if I can't see something during the midday hours.
Might take that nap myself.
Let's get out of here. Although it is early in the season, the deer sign in this particular area indicates some pre-rut activity. With bucks becoming interested in does, I decided to hunt over a few fresh scrapes I found just 2 days ago. With no success this morning, I decided to get back on stand for those midday hours.
deer, deer. It's going down. Yeah. I got him. I got him. We came in here quick. Came in checking these scrapes out. Midday. Great time to catch bucks coming around, making their rounds, checking their scrapes. I got that one. All right. Yeah. Good buck.
This is just torn up in here. Here's a scrape. There's a scrape. There's a scrape. These deer are firing up. Man, oh man. I was coming in. I saw a fresh rub up there. Looked like it was just done today. Man, this is awesome. Well, I'm tracking this deer. here. Right. All right. Oh, man. Wow, what a buck. Oh, man. What a pretty buck. Man. Was that a gorgeous deer or what? Man, look at that deer. I'll tell you what. I found a gold mine in this spot up here. It's not the peak of the rut, but things are starting to heat up. A lot of scrapes up in there. There's rubs up in there. I found an area up in here where the deer have been spending a lot of time. I think the does have been spending more time up here than the bucks have, but now as the season's going on and the rut's drawing near, there's a lot of activity in the woods and the bucks are starting to make their presence known to the does. Rubs all over the place, scrapes in there. When I came in late this morning, I hunted this morning, I didn't have a whole lot of luck. I came out of the woods, but I wanted to get back in during midday. You know, so many times I've been burnt by not being out there during the midday. Hey, the deer are moving during the midday. So I got back in about 11 o'clock, and I laid out a scent trail on the way in. Hey, I'll tell you what, Bob Kirshner, that silver top, it really works. I mean, it really does a job. I doctored up those scrapes in there, and I'll tell you what, this deer came in on the trail that I came in on. Well, you can see he went right to that scrape and was sniffing around in there. Man, give me the perfect broadside shot. And I put the perfect shot on this deer. Double lung shot. Good, clean, humane kill. Hey, it's worth your while. Stick it out and hunt during the midday. If you got to come in off your stand, come in around 9 o'clock or so, but get back out there for the midday. The bucks are moving. It's almost as if they know when you leave your stand at like 10 o'clock or something to go back in and get something to eat. It's like that midday time between 11 and 2 o'clock. It seems like the bucks get on the move, like this guy was. Well, it paid off for me. It can pay off for you too. You know, Wayne, there's a lot of guys out there that, you know, they want to use rattling antlers and grunt calls and things, and, you know, they've tried it and they just haven't had any luck with it. So I thought it'd be a good idea if we took a minute just to give a little information and demonstration to, you know, how we go about it and just a little bit of our experience.
That's a good idea.
You know, some of the things that we've been through with deer hunting, because let's face it, it don't happen the first time out there.
We've made plenty of mistakes ourselves.
Yes, we have. You know, using rattling antlers is very exciting, and it does make things happen in the woods. It's a thing that you can use to enhance your chances of being successful as a bow hunter. But there's a few things you want to keep in mind. Number one, if you want to use rattling antlers in the earlier part of the season, you don't want to be using real aggressive rattling sessions. You want to just nice and easy. Take the antlers and just work them together as if there's a couple bucks just, you know, sparring and just kind of testing each other. Just, you know, locking horns a little bit and tickling horns together. You know, Wayne, that's something a lot of guys make mistakes with. They get out there and, you know, they're carrying on and going at it. And
Too much in the early season.
that's right, they're spooking deer. As the rut draws near, the pre-rut, the last week of October,
first few days in November in that pre-rut transition area is when I've seen the most successful opportunity to use rattling antlers and grunt calls. And then what I'll do is I'll use a situation, well, very similar to this. And what I'm doing here, I'm trying to imitate two deer really going at it, which is very obvious. But when deer fight, there's a lot of breaks in there. There's a lot of stops and twists and banging going on and clashing of antlers coming apart. Deer aren't just out there, they're not just consistently banging heads together and going at it like that. There is some type of a pattern in there that you want to use. Most important thing is be creative. When you set up the rattle, be cautious of the wind. Wind direction is crucial because when a big buck comes in, more than likely he's going to circle downwind of you, and that's where a lot of guys get burned. Now, of course, grunt calls can be used very effective too, Wayne. I think you got some information to share with us.
That's right, Greg. It's kind of the same idea with a grunt call as the rattling antlers. Early season, you don't want to do it too much or too loud. Just keep it soft. Do it too much, and you're going to end up spooking deer. And later on, when the rut gets in, you want to get a little bit more aggressive with it, a little louder, a little more often, kind of like. A lot of times, when I see a deer, if he's not coming my direction, I'll get on the grunt call, get his attention, be surprised. You can turn him. I've had him come right in, end up getting a good shot at him.
That's right. It really does make a difference. Using these two together can be deadly. There's a lot of times where I've been rattling and I'd bring a deer so far and he hangs up on me.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to bring that deer in? A few soft grunts and that grunt call.
Yep.
Keep these things in mind when you go out there. And again, the most important thing is be persistent. Don't give up at it. Hey, when we were out there first trying it, first time I tried it, I brought 3 bucks in at one time. And from there on, it was all downhill. But, you got to stick with it. Have confidence in your area. Don't give up. And don't expect that deer to come in 5-10 minutes when you're done. Sometimes it may take a half an hour before that deer comes in.
That's right. You never know. You can't expect them to come running the first time you get out there and tickle them antlers together or grunt. I mean, it's not a foolproof thing. You're not just going to come running right in every time.
That's right. I mean, it can happen that way.
It can, and it does.
Most times, it doesn't. So, take this information and hopefully it'll help you out in being successful in taking a nice big buck this fall.
Maybe we'll get lucky and get a couple ourselves.
Maybe.
See what happens.
What do you say we get out of here?
Yeah, let's go.
How much time do you invest in the preseason practice and preparation? The amount of time you invest prior to the bow season could have a significant effect as to how successful you'll be when bow season finally arrives. We all want to be successful bow hunters. Everybody wants to take a nice buck year after year. I don't know anybody that doesn't want to take that big monster trophy buck that everybody dreams about. But not everybody seems to be willing to invest the time necessary to accomplish this level of success. Take the time to practice with your equipment and know your equipment as intensely as you possibly can. Practice with your broadheads. Shooting your broadheads is a necessity if you're going to be successful at having good arrow flight. Practicing your camouflage. Use your hunting clothes that you're going to hunt with. Simulate as close to the real hunting experience as you possibly can. This is going to give you confidence in your bow hunting. Don't let the opportunity that you finally get at that big buck that you've been after be the time that you find out something wasn't right with your bow hunting setup. By taking a little bit of your extra time, you're going to build confidence in your bow hunting equipment. You're going to build confidence in how well you perform with your equipment. And ultimately, you're going to be a more successful bow hunter.
Yeah, I hit that baby good, didn't I? That's where you want to hit them. Hey, here's a great way to get a little bit more out of your 3D target. Have you ever tried decoying deer as part of your bow hunting strategy? I'll tell you what, it can be a real exciting way to hunt whitetails. They really do react well to decoys. Delta Industries, the maker of this 3D target, makes probably the most lifelike, realistic target that I've ever seen on the market. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind if you're going to use decoys is you have got to do everything you can to eliminate all the scent and odor off of this decoy that's going to alarm deer. Now, what I like to use is a deodorizer spray like this one here, and I use Bob Kirshner's deodorizer spray. This is probably the most effective one that I've found, and it works real good for me. And not only do I use this on my clothes and my boots, my hat and gloves, but I'll just liberally spray this all over the target. And I'll also, when I get to my stand location where I'm going to use the target, I'll take a handkerchief that's been washed in a scent-free soap, and I'll pretty much saturate it and use it to liberally just wipe all over the decoy to do everything I can to eliminate any foreign odors. Now, another thing you can do is on the back part of the deer's rump and back here where the tarsal glands would be, I like to use a little bit of deer scent on there, maybe a doe and estrus or a tarsal gland scent. This can be a real effective and exciting way to lure deer in and give you new dimension to your bow hunting. Now, I'll tell you, if you don't think decoying can arouse a deer's curiosity, check this out. Notice this buck's reaction to the decoy as he cautiously approaches. My heart sank as this buck passed by, never presenting me with a shot. I let down my bow and reached for my grunt call. All I could do at this point was hope I could bring him back. Sure enough, a few soft grunts caught this buck's attention. Back he came. Got him. All right, good deal. All right. Nice buck. Boy, you can't beat the rut, man. Great deer. Good buck. Oh boy. Oh boy. My heart's still pounding. Man, that was exciting. Hair there. Tell you what, that Easton Eclipse is one bad shaft. Yeah, there you are. Oh man, what a pretty deer. One of the first things that came to my mind when you come in was how pretty you were. Well, that's a pretty whitetail buck. Man, nice deer. 8 nice points, nice mass. Not a monster buck, but a nice deer, a nice buck. Well, I'll tell you what an exciting way to end my Pennsylvania season. Man, when I came in this morning, I got in about an hour before daybreak. And I thought, I'm going to try everything I can today. The rut's in full swing, and not only that, but bow season's getting close to being over here in Pennsylvania. So I laid out a scent trail when I came in and also brought in that decoy. I set that up, and I tried some rattling and some grunting off and on today, and finally, this deer came in. Man, I'll tell you, when you finally see something, you're sitting out here hours and hours waiting on something to happen where it gets your blood pumping. This deer came in and, it was real neat. He was kind of spooky. He was real cautious when he came up around that decoy. He didn't know if he was so sure what that was. He sniffed around and he started circling around it. And then I think he got onto that scent trail I laid out when I came in, and he started heading up the other way. I got the grunt call out. Few soft blows on the grunt call seemed to turn him and get him coming back down in here. That was a relief to me. He came in close and gave me that perfect shot. I put a good shot on him, and the deer, well, he might have gone 75 yards or so, but good, clean kill. I saw a couple times when this deer was coming in, he just kind of glanced up a little bit, and I believe he did catch the orange. I don't know. Some people say deer can see color. I don't know if they see color, but I think with fluorescent orange, I think it stands out as a brilliant white. And any movement, especially when they're in close, can really ruin things for you. I'll tell you what, I'm going to get my tag on this deer. I've got a field dressing chore to do here, and I'm going to get him on out of here and go home and tell you, that's some good meat for the freezer this year. Nice buck. Nice Pennsylvania buck.
Bow hunting anytime is exciting and a lot of fun. But bow hunting on the rut is no doubt the most exciting time to be in the woods. Now, when you're setting up to bow hunt the rut, what do you want to look for? You want to find the does, the doe bedding area. Like on this next hunt that we're going to be on, that's what I did. Scouted the area out, found out where the does were bedding. It was a big, thick area full of tangles and briars, right up against an open hardwoods. Got in, set my stand up right on the edge of those tangles and the hardwoods, and hoped to catch bucks chasing the does out through there. Sure enough, one day I was sitting there and I was watching the does, and they were acting a little different. I could just see them back in there moving around, running back and forth. Finally, some of the does came working out into that open hardwoods, and they kept looking back. It told me something. There must be a buck in there. I sat there, I kept looking, and sure enough, a little while later, I could see them antlers moving in that thicket. Got my heart going. Next thing you know, he started coming out. I tell you what, I thought maybe I'm going to get a crack at this guy, but let's just watch and see what happened, and see if I did get a chance at him, or see if he outsmarted me like it's happened so many times before. Look at that. Now if I can just get to him. Oh man, look at the mass. Buck. Look at the mass on that rack. That's the heaviest 8-pointer I've ever seen. Oh, buck. Let me tell you why I was hunting the spot that I was in this morning. Doing my earlier season scouting, I locate that area. I found a lot of does were in there. It's a doe bedding area. So I got to thinking, come the rut, the bucks are going to be here because the does are here. I'll tell you what, man, it paid off. You know, if you're hunting an area and you've been earlier in the season, you're seeing some bucks. Come the rut and you're not seeing them. Maybe that's why, because there's no does there. Go hunt where the does are. Because if it's during the rut and the does are there, the bucks are going to be there. I know this morning, when I was sitting up there, I saw some does out in there moving around. I tell you what, I got on my feet and I got ready. I hadn't even seen him yet, but I was ready. Middle of the rut, does are there. Most likely there's going to be a buck around. Maybe not every time, but you better act like there is every time, whether you're sure or not. So I got on my feet and I saw them antlers moving around. I got the old heart going. I get so excited I don't know how to make the shot sometimes. Come up through there, a perfect broadside shot. He took off. It surprised me how far he went. A little bit over 100 yards maybe. Well, I guess today was my day to be a widowmaker.
Today has been, for the most part, uneventful. But finally, as daylight is fading fast, I caught movement to my right. A massive trophy buck appears, and he's heading my way. This buck has come in almost directly underneath me, with my cameraman unable to move. Any sudden movement and this buck is gone. I got it. Oh boy. What a buck. Oh man, what a buck. He is a big buck. Oh man, my heart's pounding. You see the way he came in here? He just stood there for the longest time. Oh man, is that exciting. Great buck, great rut season buck. Alright. Good deer, good deer. Yes. Yes. Oh man. What a buck. Wow. That is definitely a trophy whitetail buck. You know, in a lot of cases throughout the season, bucks like this, you just don't see. They're there, but you're in the rut during this time of the year. This is when these big boys become more vulnerable to the archer. I'll tell you what, I tried a little bit of rattling and grunting today. Good tactics to use during the rut. Put some scent out in that scrape out in front of my stand. I'm not so sure what brought this buck in. It almost seemed like he was just passing through. Maybe he was looking for does. What I do know is this is one heck of an exciting hunt. And I'll tell you what, it's not every day It's not every year you get to take a big monster buck like this one. Boy, I'll tell you what, they say the trophy bucks move at early dawn and late at dusk, and this boy definitely made his appearance late today. You can see we're running out of daylight fast, and I gotta get this guy on out of here. Man, what a trophy. Hey, be aggressive when you're hunting the rut. You're hunting whitetails during those weeks of November. That's the time to put those tactics to the test. Rattling, using a grunt call, using scent products. All these things can make a difference. You never know. You might bag one of these big boys, and well, at least for the season, you'll be able to call yourself Whitetail Widowmaker.
Because of the cold temperatures, many bow hunters pass up one of the best times to take a big whitetail buck, the late rut. On this particular morning, I set up in a thick stand of hardwoods where I noticed a lot of deer activity. A few freshly opened scrapes told me where to place my stand. A few hours later, the wind started kicking up, making it just unbearable to stay on stand. So I relocated in a ground blind position. Cold as it may be, I'm determined not to give up.
Deer coming, deer. It's a buck. Big buck.
can't go right in through that thicket. I just sat down here because it was so cold up in the tree. It's a big buck. He come right in on top of me. Oh man. Nice buck. That's a big deer. Oh, what a buck. Look at that rack. What a deer. Oh man. The size of that rack. Heavy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ground time broke off with the 9. Got that sticker. 10-pointer. I'll tell you what happened today. I came out this morning, I knew it was going to be cold. Got in the tree stand I had planned on hunting. I'm never going to scrape. But I tell you, the wind got up, and I just couldn't stand it anymore. And I knew that falling down tree was there. I looked at it and thought it would be a good ground setup to hunt sometime. The deer usually, in the morning, come through here, heading in the direction where I was hunting the tree stands. So I thought, I'll walk up there to that tree, get warmed up a little bit, and just sit behind it. Sat there a couple of hours. And I looked up in there, and I'll tell you what, I couldn't believe it. To be honest with you, being this cold, I didn't expect to see anything once I had to move. Kind of surprised, that's for sure. Oh boy, he come in there right on top of me. He couldn't have been a 15-yard shot. Oh man, what a buck. And it pays to get out, stick it out in the cold. I mean, I could have gone in, I could have gone home where it was warm, but I don't know, maybe I had a feeling. Just wanted to stick it out. Hunt that late rut. Paid off. It's a nice buck. You know, what a day.